looking kind of clean today. Looking kind of fresh. I like what I'm seeing. Oh, goodness me, my voice. My voice. Yo, what's up, guys? Hope you're doing okay. KBM here. As you guys can tell, I lost my voice. I'm not going to tell you the reason why I lost my voice. Let's just tell you now that it's been a stressful day. Anyway, let's get into it. The topic of today's video is my thoughts, my review on one of the most exciting teams I've watched growing up as a Liverpool supporter. And we are going to talk about the Liverpool team of 2013 to 2014. Goodness me. So obviously we got the team that had Gertl, that had Gerrard, that had Sterling, that had Sturridge, all them lot, Colo Torres, you know, all them lot. That season was particularly my favourite season. But obviously the ending didn't really hit well. It didn't really hit well. And we'll get into that in a minute. So obviously that team, on my thoughts on that team in the entirety of the season, I genuinely thought that was our moment. That was our time. At that point, you had like 25 years or 24 years without winning a league title. I genuinely thought finally Gerrard will finally have his hand on the Premier League title. Then we'll get into that in a minute. So obviously we got the first couple of games of the season. I remember our first game, I think we played Stoke City. We won 1-0. Mignolet debut. We brought Simon Mignolet from Sunderland. I'm not going to lie, when he saved that penalty, back in the day, I thought saving a penalty meant you were an elite keeper. He saved the penalty and I think he saved a second shot. And I thought, okay, you know, we won 1-0, Daniel Sturridge with the penalty. I was like, cool. And I remember, majority of the first game of that season, we was winning like 1-0 until we drew like 2-2 against Swansea. I thought, okay, a bit of a blip, you know, but that team was so exciting, very, very, very exciting. And I felt like we could have been more dangerous if it wasn't for the like unfortunate circumstances with one of the main players, Luis Suarez. I actually forgot what incident it was concerning the why he got banned for 10 games. Was he biting Chinellini or was he biting Ivanovic? I wonder what season that was. I think it was the Nets. No, he bit Chinellini in the summer. I think so. Don't get me wrong. And obviously he got banned for 10 games. But then I remember, this is what I tell you, this team was so exciting. And I always wondered at that point, what the team would be like once Suarez get added into this. Bro, that first game when he came back, oh my days. Against Sunderland, him and Sturridge, can't lie, that was a crazy game. But also, that game, let me actually get into that game actually. I think was that not like the same game, right? Was that not like the same game when the game was like a basketball game, bro? No, it wasn't. 3-1, Suarez made his return back, scored 2 goals, and then him and Sturridge were just going crazy. I remember that game. I was like, yo, we are going to go crazy. We beat Man United in that season at Old Trafford 3-0. Gerrard with 2 penalties, Sturridge with a banging goal, bottom right corner from outside the box. Gerrard should have really got a hat-trick. It was all going so well. But there was hints of inconveniency in that team. There was hints of like that the team could fall off. But I genuinely thought that we could solve the problem come the end of the season. But nope. Defensively, we was shocking. We were shocking defensively. Oh my goodness. Honestly, I felt like there were so many games. We had like so many games where it was a back and forth game. And where I felt like it cost us. I think also as well, the team that did, bearing in mind we were challenging for the league that season, the team that did win the league that season had more superior goal difference than us. But the funny thing is, offensively, we scored the same goals. I think we scored like 101 goals. I think City scored like 102, 103. But defensively, goodness gracious, 50 goals for a team challenging for the league is crazy. 50 goal conceded. I actually forgot who was in our back line. Who was actually in our back line at that point? Let's actually see who was in our back line. So, in our back line at that point, let's have a look. Let's have a look. We had Daniel Agger, we had Martin Skirtle, and we had Glenn Johnson and Jose Enrique. You know what? Yeah. You know what? When you actually... Was that actually... No, that wasn't actually... Was that actually the team? It was the defense. Oh, and we had Sacco as well. I forgot about Sacco. But yeah, I felt like defensively is what stopped us from achieving greatness in that season. We was amazing. Suarez was amazing. Sterling was okay. He was good. He was a youngster, but he was proving how elite he could be. And then Storage as well, bro. The S and S and S, the triple S's. Oh my days, they were just amazing. I felt like, you know, it was in our hands. It was in our hands until the unfortunate happened. Let me tell you something, right? We was on a winning run all up until April. We was on a winning run. We were slapping teams, everything. All we needed to do was win these games. Chelsea at home. Crystal Palace away. I thought it was happening. We needed to win that game against City. Company. Dreadful performance that game. I remember that game. We go 1-0 up. Can't lie. Scored an own goal. Goodness gracious. I told you about this defense. It was just... The signs were there. 1-0 up. And then I think... Did we go 2-0? Did we go 2-0 down? I think we went 2-0 down. I think. We went 2-0 down. Or did we go 1-1? I think we went 2-0 down. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me double check. That game. Because I think we went 2-0 down. I think we went 2-0 down. Let's have a look. So we played City in April, and it was oh no, we didn't. No. My fault. We went 2-0 up. 2-0 up. Oh my days, I forgot. We went 2-0 up. We was cruising 2-0 up. And then they brought it back. And genuinely, the signs were there. You know. Skirtle with a good header. I actually forgot to score that game as well. Coutinho scored the winner, but who scored the other goal as well? Was it Henderson? No. It was Sterling. Sterling with the little fake bottom right corner. Yeah, but again, 2-2. The signs were there, and then we scored the winner. Beautiful goal from Coutinho, and a crazy mistake in a crucial game by their captain company. We thought that was it. Gerrard after the game, hyping up the team, emotional. Finally, it's gonna happen. In the crowd, in the huddle, he's like, "Don't let this slip." My captain. I love my captain, but what an ironic choice of word he picked there. Oh my days. Don't let this slip. And in the game where we genuinely needed to win, he slipped. I remember that game. It was a very nerve-wracking game. I remember it started off, we were controlling the game a little bit, but I'm guessing that was Mourinho's game plan. And then Sacco passed the ball to Gerrard. I remember at that point, Gerrard were playing like different roles. He was playing DM, centre-back, all that season. And then obviously when he received the ball there, the loose touch, and he slipped. Then the ball through on goal. Everyone's heart racing. Everyone's heart stopped in that moment. All Liverpool fans, including mine, praying, hoping that Dendabal would miss. Slotted in, right bottom corner. And then I remember that entire game, Chelsea just sat back and we were trying our best to break them down. Break them down. You know, but and then we committed too many men forward, and then the counter-attack happened. We thought the writing was written on the wall when our former player, my favourite player, the player that got me supporting Liverpool, was about to put the icing on the cake, but selflessly, he gave it to Willian and 2-0. At that point, there was huge pressure. I think City had a couple of games in hand. I can't really remember City's result, but City had a game in hand, and unfortunately, they won all their games in hand, and they took the lead. And then we had Crystal Palace second to last game of the season. And I remember watching this game. I promise you, I remember watching this game. We was cruising. We was actually cruising. But the thing is, yeah, that didn't matter. Let me get into that why it didn't matter. We was cruising. 1-0 up, 2-0 up, 3-0 up. But what I told you a couple minutes ago, the signs were there. Dwight Gale came off the bench. 3-1. 3-2. 3-3. And you know what the funny thing is? I didn't even finish off the game at that point. Obviously, I was young. I had school the next day, Monday night football. I didn't even watch the game at that point. I did watch the game, sorry. I didn't even watch the whole game at that point. I stopped watching at 3-0. I woke up the next morning. It's 3-3. I'm seeing everyone on their knees, Suarez crying, Gerrard just heartbroken. That pretty much confirmed it. An exciting electric team who was taking the league by storm, scoring every single game. Oh, Suarez, 31 goals in the Prem, breaking the most individual goals by a single player in the Premier League, breaking the record. Sturridge, 23 goals. Bearing in mind, Suarez, 12 assists is well to add on to that. Gerrard, 13 assists. Sturridge, 7. Sterling, 7. Oh, but everyone was just... They were getting something. They were getting a taste. They were getting a taste. They were gonna get some, you know. Everyone was getting some. You get it. They were getting some. But I know we're all about the giving, but we were also all about the receiving. You get me? The receiving. Ooh, 50 goals conceded. Crazy, you know. So it was. My opinion on that team and the whole team was a very exciting team to watch. Beat Aston Villa 5-0 at the Villa Park as well. At that point, Aston Villa weren't the team they were now. You know, 5-1. Suarez, iconic game. Suarez hated that season, I can't lie. I remember the second game. Was it the second game away from home? He missed an open chance. And the goalkeeper gave the way. By the way, when he missed the open chance, the fan was like, way. And then immediately, boom, one back the ball, Meg the player, slotted it bottom right corner. No, bottom left corner, sorry. Oh my days, Suarez was a menace. And this is what I say, it's so I don't blame him for leaving that season. Unfortunately, he left the next season to go to Barcelona for 75 million. But obviously, and I think Sterling obviously had a few issues as well with his injuries. Not Sterling, Sturridge, sorry. And then Sterling eventually left due to a little problem with Brendan Rodgers. But I always felt Brendan Rodgers was a bit questionable as well. Very questionable as a manager. But we're not going to get deep into that as well because we all know the idea anyway, you know. But I feel like his man management was just very strange. But he got playing attacking football, but he didn't know how to really solve it on the other end, you know. But that season still haunts me to this day. Like, I still haven't healed from it. Like, we were so close, you know? And, like, obviously now, 2025, since then, we won 2 Prems and the time we won everything pretty much, but it's just about our legend, Steven Gerrard, you know? He deserved it, you know, for being so loyal, you know, for being patient, just for that to happen. And ironically, he was at the crime scene of it all, but, like, just because of that one game doesn't mean, you know, like, we're talking about the 2-2 game against Swansea. We're talking about the 2-2 game against Newcastle when they had a red card and we still went 2-1 down. Like, we had so many opportunities to kind of take it, but like I said, like, you know, but wow, what a season. I think FA Cup we didn't really do too well. I think Carabao Cup as well didn't really do too well, but we did. Imagine we performed really, really, really well as a team, just to really receive nothing from the end of it. Like, that's just how football is these days, you know. And then the next season, we just dropped off massively and we didn't really perform to the same level we did we was in the Champions League finally for the third time in a while, but obviously even that, like Brendan Rodgers was just doing crazy, but that's a story for another day. But again, I'm still not really, but Suarez, Sterling, Sturridge, what a trio, man. What a trio. And you got Coutinho behind them. Oh, my days. And then Gerrard popping off crazy at the age of 34, 13 assists. And I think, how many goals did he have that season? How many goals did he have in the Premier League that season as well? He had 13 goals as well. Gerrard 13 at the age of 34 was crazy. But, again, nothing to reward for it. But I say that team has so much potential. What if? Genuinely, what if? But, yeah. Let's not dwell on the past too much, but that team was sensational. That team deserves something, but again, it's football. But, yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for listening to my review and my opinion on one of the most electric team that ever stepped foot in the Prem, but didn't win anything. Again, that's football. But guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you guys for listening. I'm KBM. I'll see you guys next time in a bit.